Hey everybody and welcome back. I'm Eric for President and you know the drill, your one-stop shop for 5 VR stories you missed over the past couple of days. We got an Oculus Quest mod to talk about that the community made that is absolutely amazing, will have a lot of value down the road, a side quest game that you probably haven't played but maybe one of the best alphas ever put on it, and we got to talk about, of course, Left 4 Dead VR and Left 4 Dead 3 because it's in the news a lot lately, and of course more. But first, a few things in VR making me happy. A Nintendo journey from the NES all the way to the Nintendo Switch made in Quill VR. It is a great 1-minute watch. When there is a will, there is a way, and the ultimate Jedi is born. It's an oldie, but a goodie. And finally, there is something so wrong, but so right about finger physics. This video gets weird at times, but VR physics are coming along fast. Of course, links for all those will be in the description. Quick housekeeping item, as always, before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to VR Drunken Monkey. A more than generous donation on the Patreon. It means a lot to me, and basically because of that, it puts a huge dent in another Oculus Quest. So as soon as the current Oculus Quest headset giveaway ends, which I think is in about less than 2 weeks, I think, from the time of this video, we will do another one right after. So that will be the fifth headset given away after that. So very excited to be able to keep these giveaways going. Link for all that will be in the pinned comments, along with timestamps for every story in here if there are specific ones that you want to watch. With that being said though, please leave a like to support this video, share it with a friend, and with that being said, let's get into the VR news. So VR sword fighting games, swing them if you got them. That's kind of the motto of most of them, just swing the sword around. But a game on Kickstarter aims to maybe solve that, and it's worth giving a look. Let's talk about it. Ironlights is a weapon-based VR fighting game for the Oculus Quest, Rift, and Steam VR, with everything you see here being recorded on the Oculus Quest. It's a game about the clash of steel as you parry and strike, where you choose your fighting style with 5 initial classes, and find what's right for you between the knight, duelist, ninja, and more, and fight duels, tournaments, and exhibition matches in both single-player campaign and head-to-head online multiplayer matches. The combat in Ironlights is carefully designed to create a dynamic back-and-forth battle. You can't just hack and slash your way to victory. No wiggle sword gameplay. Skyrim VR players know exactly what I'm talking about. But during melee combat, time slows down, making you move in a slower motion to maintain weapon control and 1 hit per swing before your weapon shatters, which will help there being no disconnect between your weapon and your controller. What's very interesting to me is that during combat, only the attacker can do damage, while the defender can only block, resulting in some deliberate swordplay action rather than the wiggle stick familiar in most. The Kickstarter link is in the description, and this is not a sponsored post. I'm just generally interested in this game, and as with all Kickstarters, I do say this: you are funding innovation, you are funding progress, and something potentially awesome, but you're not buying a product. So never with the intention of Kickstarter are you going to be getting something. Just do the money as a donation, more or less, for further progress. But this game hopes to solve a common problem with VR, sword fighting games. A lot of times the combat can be fun for killing, but for actual sword fighting and clashing and going against someone, well, they're kind of lackluster. So I'll be very interested to see how this plays out. I am definitely backing it and already have, and hope when I get my hands on it, I can report how it is. Let me know if you're interested in this title, if you'll be backing it, and what you think about the sword fighting genre in VR. I'm very interested to hear about it. So I want to get this story out the way pretty early because my DM box is just filling up with questions about this, but let's talk Left 4 Dead 3, Left 4 Dead VR, and why none of them are coming. Let's get into it. So I want to talk about what's happened in the past. Tyler McVicker and the Valve News Network recently came out with this video you see here, titled Left 4 Dead 3 Concept Art Leak. Tyler had been and was always on the Half-Life VR trail, and was ultimately proven right with Half-Life Alyx, and due to this, naturally his words hold a little more weight, as they should, because his dedication and persistence is to be admired, and I think Tyler's just a good guy overall. That's the feeling I get. In past videos, Tyler stated Left 4 Dead 3 is real, which led to the media picking this up and running with it, myself included, and in this video he backtracks a little, saying there is a difference between that statement versus Left 4 Dead actually being actively made right now. While he is technically correct, which is the best type of correct for my Futurama fans, I think how his words were taken was the only way that statement would be received. However, on January 17th, more rumor-building news came out with this tweet by Alvin Wayne Grayland with VR presentation slides for 2020 with the line you see here. Valve, Half-Life Alyx, Left 4 Dead 3 will drive consumer and AAA studio interest. This tweet was quickly followed by this one as well from Jamie Feltham of Upload VR, signifying this was just a talking point and speculative with no true inside info. And then literally the same day, towards the end of the day, about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the news comes out that no, Left 4 Dead and Valve are not working on any Left 4 Dead products. Let's talk about it. In a statement on IGN directly from Valve, We've seen rumors to this effect for the last couple of months. We did briefly explore some Left 4 Dead Next Gen opportunities a few years ago, but we are absolutely not working on anything Left 4 Dead related now and haven't for years. It's clear some people are having fun creating misinformation to spin up the community and other outlets. Unfortunately for now, a new Left 4 Dead game is not something we're working on. So yeah, that's the news. It sucks to hear. I was very much hoping for a Left 4 Dead VR game, although the logistics of that, especially when playing like a hunter or something, makes absolutely no sense. So I was kind of curious how they would do that, but it does suck. There is officially no Left 4 Dead 3 and no Left 4 Dead VR specific IP. However, we do know that Valve is working on 2 other titles. They did say there would be 3 specific VR titles, and I don't have much of a guess on what the other 2 are going to be, but I'm very interested to hear if you have any better guesses than I do. Let me know what your thoughts about this entire story and what you think Valve might be cooking up for VR down in the comments. Before getting into the Oculus Quest mod that I'm very excited to talk about, let's talk about quickly a game that just got updated, and now for the Oculus Quest, it does have official 2-player co-op support. Developed by the awesome studio Twisted Pixel, Path of the Warrior launched recently last year to a lot of praise. It basically is the VR version of the classic Double Dragon, and while it is nothing genre defining, the visuals were clean, the gameplay smooth and fun, and overall it's one of the best uses of VR, allowing us to revisit what we loved in the past in a new and unique way. Now while we knew co-op play was promised, the update is now officially live, and in Path of the Warrior you can now team up with a friend across all single player levels. This game does everything right by the consumer as the game supports cross-buy, meaning if you buy it on one Oculus platform, you have it on all of them, and cross-play, meaning Oculus Rift S and Oculus Quest users can play together. Now I've covered Path of the Warrior in the past. I was a big advocate for it when it launched. I love the game, but co-op is just an amazing opportunity for this game to add more value, more longevity, and just more fun. You can play it the same way you've always played it. If you'd like to have a social aspect, bring your friend into play. It's a tremendously awesome pro-consumer move, being cross-buy, cross-play, and co-op is just a blast. I hope more games do stuff like this. I hope more games come out co-op, but that's just my opinion. Let me know if you'll be having fun with this down in the comments. So as always, the heroes of the VR community are the VR players themselves because they make happen what Oculus should have made happen already, and that's custom Oculus Quest homes. And a mod is now available to do just that, has huge implications and could be big down in the future. So let me give you the link, the tools to see where you can do this, how you can do it, and what I think about it. Let's jump into it. Now I will preface this by saying that while this mod is not hard by any means, the tools needed, process, and knowledge base is probably on the harder side for those not familiar with all these tools, but great things are made better by learning how to do things yourself and educating yourself as well. This is something I am actively working through, and for troubleshooting, I will not be the best resource, but I do wish you luck. Originally posted on Reddit and created by Wael Mahrou, I apologize if I mispronounced that, with a tag team shout out to Elliot Tate, who is always working on amazing mods, as he provided the screenshot image step-by-step guide with the link of that in the video description. One last credit also to Apukernod on Discord who helped this as well. They have created custom home environments on the Oculus Quest, which will simply change the model of the area you are in to whatever you prefer and create. They do note though that ambient sound files, no matter if you edit them or not, do revert back to the stock on the Oculus Quest, so keep that in mind. All links for this process will be posted in the video description, but I will not be going step by step. That would be a 10-minute video on its own, but all these programs and files are free to download online. So like I said, the instructions for this are step-by-step, but they are a little more advanced for people who have not dealt with any of these programs in the past, but take the time to learn them because there's a lot of applications for this. The first thought I had out of 2 was basically a lot of people probably don't care initially about their Oculus Quest home because they jump into the game so quickly. And that's a problem because it's just boring. The Oculus Quest stock home is boring. It's non-interactive. There's no ownership to it. But by being able to have your own custom home, to make the home how you want, it drives ownership and attachment to your Oculus Quest. It gives you incentive to stay in there, to explore the Oculus software, to go tab by tab, to check the browser. Take the time. You have a nice, amazing $400 product, but we jump into the game so quickly because we forget there's things to explore. But as the creator said in the Reddit post, the second thing that I thought of, and it's what they want, is think of this down the line. It could be like a BMBF and Beat Saber mods. There could be a community building custom Oculus Quest homes that we could have on a website. You could download directly to your Oculus Quest to see what other people are creating, rank them, rate them, and enjoy what other people are doing. And it's just a form of connectivity that just is really fun. It's amazing. Thank you all. But let me know what you all think about this down in the comments. And finally, there is a playable alpha of a game on SideQuest right now that it honestly may be one of the best SideQuest games out there right now, and it just shows the power of how value-added SideQuest is to the Oculus Quest. Terminus is a first-person shooter action horror survival game with Half-Life vibes. The game will take place in the city of Paris, suddenly submerged in chaos when an invasion from unknown sources breaks out in the city. Paris will gradually become a large quarantine area where the only living things are survivors, assimilated in military forces, trying to investigate on what's happening. This alpha focuses on detail and the body, because your entire body is important to the VR experience. Narrower places, you have to turn your body physically to fit, and crouch if it's low. To slam a door, slam it with your hands. To climb a ledge, pull yourself up like you would in real life. Even the inventory system is very well thought out, with your backpack physically having to grab it and pull items out, and the cell phone helping you with tweets, notifications, and more, all adds to the realism. Graphics aren't half bad either. I sound like I'm hyping this up, I really do, and I kind of am, but for an alpha, this deserves huge praise. Time and time again, SideQuest shows why it is such a valuable asset to the Oculus Quest headset. I get that Oculus wants a strong walled garden, they want certain quality, although I don't know how some games have made it on there, but either way, SideQuest does it again by providing immensely fun opportunities to check out. So check out Terminus. If you like it, find the creators, support them any way you can, because I want to see a full game of this, not just this alpha demo, because it is absolutely amazing and a ton of fun. 5 out of 5 stars I recommend. With that being said, that's the end of today's episode. Make sure to leave a like to support this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss an upload. Join the spaceship on Patreon. Everything in the Patreon is reinvested right back to the channel. I'm not making any money off Patreon. It's just all going back to you guys for giveaways and other things like that. And as always, I will see you on the next one, VR Space Cowboys.